Is that what's the latest analysis is showing?
I think so.
You mean it's plateaued out?
Yes. Do you believe the web?
Well, I'm not sure that's correct, but it may be. But I think again, this is something we can't answer that question at the moment. I believe that Facebook is declining as well, isn't it? I've heard. I don't know these for sure.
We hope.
I'm sure something else will come along and take it over. So your question was, will the number of users of the web keep on going up?
Yes.
Well, this is sort of like the same question as here. I mean, can we go on forever? Can it go on forever growing? There don't seem to be physical limits at the moment to it, but we could put, it's a debate as to whether we will reach physical limits. A particular application like Twitter is different to the growth of that. The characteristics are probably different than the growth of the web generally, I would guess. But again, that's debatable. Yeah, please. Can you say in English though? So
yes, I would add English. Even if the number of users does not change very much, the links and the weights on the links will change, and this is the evolution of the web. Because the same user, the same number of users will change the weights of the links. They create new links and so on. So the web will evolve even if the number of users remain constant. But Professor Wendy Hall even challenges this assumption. Professor Skouras, please.
How difficult is it to stop the knowledge in humanity?
How difficult is it to stop the knowledge?
So, I mean, this is a very difficult thing. So, if the knowledge is going on, the web will be going on.
New knowledge will emerge.
Yes. I don't really. I think your question is a question of philosophy, is it not? Or is it a question of can government stop us getting at knowledge? Or is it a mixture of those two things? I'm trying to get back to the Twitter graph. I think that when we look back well, we won't, but when historians look back on this period of history and think about what has the web done, what is the big thing that the web has done for humanity, it could be the actual, it will enable the masses to access knowledge in a way that they couldn't before, just like the printing press enabled people to read in a way they couldn't before. I think that people think about science, they think about data, they think about the world we live in ways that they never did by just reading a small number of books, whatever they had to read at school. I think kids today explore things on the web that they wouldn't have done before. So I think that the web provides access to knowledge in a fundamentally different way. Now, whether your question is the web going to lead to the creation of new knowledge, Tim would answer yes. Tim's answer to that would definitely be yes. That is his belief. That with the semantic web, it will actually lead to because machines are going to be interpreting the data, which of course is the piece of science fiction that, you know, the scary thing, we were talking about that earlier today, I think, about will machines take over the world? But if you think, you know, if machines are actually interpreting the data that's being put there, will they discover things we didn't know before? It's quite possible. It is quite possible that that will be the case. Well, whether your question was about will we be denied access to the knowledge, I believe that, I mean, there are, obviously in different countries it's very different. Some countries try to regulate much more than others, but generally I believe that access to the web should be, or access to the internet should be a fundamental human right. Of course, whether you try and stop your citizens seeing particular bits of the web or not, that's another issue. But I think access to the internet is a fundamental human right. So the question of, we were talking today about how, 3 strikes and you're out if you get caught downloading pornography. Is that actually morally, can a country say to a citizen, you no longer can have access to the internet? Sorry, it was an interesting open question, so I've answered it in 3 different ways.
Remind Professor Skouras that after all, web is or should be part of our ecosystem. So we have to collaborate. There is no other question. We would like to thank you for coming here, and thanks a lot.
I'm still interested in your Twitter. Oh, are we finished now?
Μια έκδοση της Νομαρχιακής Αυτοδιοίκησης για τη Βερολίνα.
It is a gift from the county of Imafia, where I belong. This is the head of
Ένα άλλο περιοδικό του τηλέφωνο που αναφέρεται στο έργο και τη ζωή του μεγάλου Αλεξανδρίνη στη γη του Μεγαλέστη.
Στον Αλεξάνδρ Πεκερίδη.
Oh, thank you.
Land of Alexander.
Yes,
Και ένα
yes.
διοικητή.
Ah,
Και ένα το όρδο θα δει τις ομορφιές του γη.
thank you. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Ευχαριστούμε πολύ κύριε Νομάρχα.
Και εγώ σας ευχαριστώ. Εμείς σας περιμένουμε αύριο στην πόλη της Βέρειας. Θέλω να ξέρετε ότι το μεταπτυχιακό τμήμα, η πόλη της Βέρειας και η κοινωνία της Ημαθίας το έχει αγκαλιάσει με πολύ αγάπη και στοργή, όπως και τα τμήματα του Αριστοτέλειου Πανεπιστημίου. Και όχι μόνο για την παρουσία των φοιτητών σαν μια πηγή εισοδήματος. Εμείς πιστεύουμε, είμαστε μια φιλόξενη πόλη, ένας φιλόξενος νομός και πιστεύουμε αυτοί οι άνθρωποι που έρχονται να αποκτήσουν γνώση στην πόλη της Βέρειας, σίγουρα κάτι θετικό θα αφήσουν και για μας. Σας ευχαριστώ πολύ.